Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? BG Aviation in the house. We are live from San Juan International Airport, specifically here at the flight park. Gonna be today's live stream for part 14 of the San Juan plane spotting series. We're gonna spend the first couple of minutes of the live stream here at the north side, then we will be shifting our cameras to the south side, and so on. Have a Pilatus PC-12 trade wind taking off from the north complex. Yeah, for now this live camera will be focusing towards the north side, and then we'll be switching it to the south side. Zoom in a little bit, just so you can see the planes a bit better. This live stream is currently being shot on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which soon will be swapped to a 17 Pro. And then today's episode is being filmed on the iPhone 17 Pro, which will soon become a 17 Pro Max for better quality. Alright, next aircraft arriving at the South Complex. Runway 10 is Delta flight number 1780 coming in from Boston on an A321neo. Now that I've just said that, I have a very important announcement to make. And it is that in July of 2027, we'll be taking our third trip. And there's no better destination than Boston for our third trip coming up in July of 2027. Alright, so folks, we still have a lot of time for that trip. Within just 2 months, we will be bringing live coverage from Orlando International Airport. So I advise you guys to stay tuned, because it's going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome trip. Not only a marching band related trip, but it'll partly become an aviation trip as well. Plane spotting trip. Okay, we got another Delta A321neo, this time coming in from JFK as Delta Airlines Flight 1966, which we're now going to be resuming filming today's episode on the other camera. Alright folks, next arrival at the south side of runway 10 is Delta Airlines Flight 1966, coming in from JFK on an A321neo. Oh shoot. Live camera went dead. Get it back online shortly. Alright folks, live camera is back online. Okay, coming in soon will be Delta Airlines Flight 1757, coming in from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson on a 757-200, which will be another arrival for the south side at runway 10. Then we'll have Southwest 2463 coming in from Baltimore on a 737 MAX 8, followed by JetBlue flight number 389 coming in from Newark on an A320 Classic. Then followed by United flight number 2021 coming in from Washington Dulles on a MAX 9. And now we have our next departure at the north side of runway 8 is American Airlines flight number 2674 heading to Charlotte Douglas on an A321 Classic, followed by Contour Aviation flight number 3206 heading to St. Martin on an Embraer 145. How live camera's doing. Okay, it's all good. American A321 Classic. It's American 2674 heading to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Registered November 998 Alpha November. Here it is coming up. Alright folks, within the next 3.5 hours, we'll be featuring the arrival of Iberia flight number 381 coming in from Madrid Barajas on an A321neo XLR. Registered Echo Charlie Oscar Lima Echo. Which, as usual, will be a south side arrival. Please excuse me if live comes down again, but it's due to the wind. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next departure here on the north side is American flight number 2674, heading to Charlotte Douglas International Airport on an A321 Classic. Registered November 998 Alpha November. Taxiing via Sierra towards runway 8. We got Contour Aviation pushing back, so it'll shortly be heading out to St. Martin. Now let's head back to the American A321. We'll now be taking off, like I said, American 2674, heading to Charlotte Douglas. Alright, to all of you watching today's episode, I want to make the announcement that on July of 2027, we will be having our third trip, then possibly third plane spotting adventure out of Puerto Rico. And we're going to a destination no better destination for a third trip than Boston Logan International Airport. So I invite all of you guys to stay tuned to July of 2027. We will hopefully bring a lot of coverage from Boston. Stay tuned, guys, because in 2 months, June of 2026, we'll be bringing live coverage from Orlando International Airport. So, like I said, stay tuned because it's going to be fun. Hope all of you in the live cam have seen this. Want to say hello to all of you guys who have joined today's live stream. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy as well today's very fun action here in San Juan. All right, folks, in the next couple of minutes, we'll be having Contour flight number 3206 heading to St. Martin on an Embraer 145, which will be taxiing right here on Sierra to then roll down on runway 8 here at the North Complex. Right now, we're going to be shifting our cameras to the south side as we feature the arrival of Delta Airlines flight number 1757 coming in from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson on a Boeing 757-200. Right. All right, people, live cam is set. Ah, darn it. Okay, this is Delta flight number 1757 coming in from Atlanta on a 757-200, now landing at the south side of runway 10. And now we will shift back to the North Complex to watch the departure of Contour Embraer 145 heading to St. Martin. Okay, live cam. Damn it. Excuse me, guys. Live cam is set again. Very shortly, Contour should start taxiing, so stay tuned. Okay, next up we have Southwest flight 2463 coming in from Baltimore on a MAX 8, which is approximately 6 minutes out, and will be a runway 10 arrival at the South Complex. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Live cam nearly went down. Thankfully, it didn't. So, accommodate it one last time. We're now seeing that Frontier 4685 has taken off from Ponce Mercedita Airport bound for Orlando, in the A320neo in the Poppy the Prairie Dog livery. Okay, let's resume our filming of the episode. Alright folks, next up is Contour Aviation flight number 3206, heading to St. Martin on the Embraer 145. Now taxiing via Sierra for a north-side departure at runway 8. Cargo carrier short SJU 360. And as expected, live cam went down again, but it's back online. Like I said, this is Contour 3206 heading to St. Martin on the Embraer 145. Judging by the look of this jet, we could call it either the Mini 727 or the Baby TriStar, because it looks like all of them, but it is not. I'll tell you guys in a bit what it is. And it's a Dassault Falcon 900. Alright, we have now found out this is a Dassault Falcon 900 right here. 662 heading to Boston on the A320 Classic in the Spotlight livery. And also we have Southwest 2463 coming in from Baltimore, Washington on a MAX 8. I'm going to get the iPad running for Flight Radar 24. Alright folks, within the next couple of minutes we'll be shifting our live cameras to the south side as we catch a bit more action here in the north side. See if I'm right or wrong. Alright, it's heading to Cincinnati. I have a JetBlue A320 coming in from Newark. Excuse me. Ah, this is awesome. It is Falcon. Okay. I'll have JetBlue 862 heading to Boston on the A320 Classic, followed by Tradewind flight number 204 heading to St. Jean on the Pilatus PC 1245, followed by ABX 1445 operated by DHL heading to Cincinnati on a 767-300. Then followed by Air Cargo Carriers flight number 386 heading to St. Thomas on the short SD-360. All of which departing here at the North Complex. And live cam down again. Let's have a picture of the 6-7 right there. Down again. Okay, here is JetBlue 862 heading to Boston on the A320 Classic Spotlight River. Now rolling down, rolling in at the door. Okay, live cam is now officially back in service. sorry guys, but this is hard. It's been hard to run 2 cameras at once. Alright, live cameras back in service. Now we're back in service for good. Definitely. Got Sun Country flight number 761 coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, on a 737-800, which is approximately 25 minutes out. So is Air Transat flight number 640 coming in from Montreal on an A321neo LR, which is 30 minutes out. We got WestJet 1080 coming in from Toronto Pearson on a 737-800, which is also 40 minutes out. A321 at the terminal. the JetBlue A320 in the high-rise tail, heading to Fort Lauderdale as JetBlue 2154. Next up we have JetBlue 1334 heading to Orlando on an A321 in the balloons livery. The United Max 9 coming in from Washington Dulles as flight 2021, which is a minute and a half, it's a half a minute out from arrival. In a bit, we'll be transferring our live cameras to the south side. Next up we have Spirit, flight number 571 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. Next up is American 2433 coming in from Philly on an A321 Classic, followed by American 1613 coming in from Miami, this time on an A321 Neo. Okay, so just for that, we're going to be shifting our cameras to the south side. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, people, we are almost back. Live cam wants to accommodate itself. Okay, there we go. There we go. Live cam is likely going to be down shortly because of the winds. I see it shaking. Flight radar 24, they're coming in right one behind the other. So let's keep looking, just in case there is a go around, which we're not sure. American 2433. Alright guys, this is American Airlines flight number 2433 coming in from Philly on an A321. Followed by American Airlines flight number 1613 coming in from Miami on an A321 Neo. Alright folks, now taxiing for departure is American flight number 2141 heading to Miami on 737-800. Now flying over us is Air France flight number 617 heading to Pointe-à-Pitre on an A320. Is currently cruising at flight level 370 or 37,000 feet. Next up, we have an Inter-Caribbean ATR 42-500 coming in from Beef Island. Okay, we're going to be temporarily shifting to see the American 73800. And then we'll return to the south side to see the American 321 NX. American 737-800 into Miami. I'll be putting the flight number below. Okay, this is a bit of a better spot because you see both things, both departures and arrivals. American, I think it's 2141 and 3141. I think it, shoot. 2141 heading to Miami. This is American 2141 heading to Miami on a 737-800. Now we can shift back to the south side. Just a few more minutes for the remainder of the live stream. Gosh darn it. Can't get this camera in place. Okay, it'll stay like that. JetBlue 2632 coming in from Punta Cana on an A220-300. Okay, next up we have Inter-Caribbean 510 coming in from Beef Island on an ATR 42-500, followed by Sun Country Airlines flight number 761 coming in from Minneapolis on a 737-800, then followed by Air Transat 640 coming in from Montreal on an A321neo LR. arrival of a Falcon 900, Dassault's Falcon 900. Caribbean 510. Inter-Caribbean flight number 510 coming in from East Island, ATR 42. Which will then be followed by Sun Country Airlines flight number 761 coming in from Minneapolis on 737-800. Departure of today's episode. This is Sun Country flight number 761 coming in from Minneapolis on a 737-800. Southwest 1122 heading to Orlando. And 737 MAX 8. Now arriving is Air Transat 640 coming in from Montreal on an A321neo. Now, this is the 320neo family aircraft. Air Transat 640 coming from Montreal on an A321neo LR. Sorry guys for that movement. This is the state of that. Next up is JetBlue flight 1104 heading to JFK on the A320 Classic. And then Frontier flight number 1165 heading to Philly on an A321 Neo. At Terminal Charlie, or Terminal C. American flight number 1665 coming in from Charlotte Douglas on an A321. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of missing the American 777. live stream. So. Okay, now on final is JetBlue 2601 coming in from White Plains out of Bombardier CS300 or an Airbus A220-300. A bit later, we're going to be having the JetBlue A220, the Hops livery, coming in. Like I said, it's going to be a bit later, so stay tuned, guys. JetBlue Bombardier CS300 coming in from White Plains, or A220-300, as it's known today. And that is followed by WestJet 1080 coming in from Toronto Pearson on 737-800 in the new livery. Side is WestJet flight number 1080 coming in from Toronto Pearson on a 737-800. Whilst the Frontier A321neo departs on the north side. Frontier 3980 desde Tampa. Luego le sigue hours out. 2 hours, 25 minutes out. As it's still cruising over the New York oceanic airspace. But then, like I said, land in 2 hours, 25 minutes. Yeah, it's on New York. I thought it was still on Santa Maria, but no. We'll be cutting the stream. We'll be back later.